Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of November 4th through the 10th, 2024. So let's dive into it. We're going to do a shorter reading this week, so let's just see what cards come out. This is from the Heaven and Earth Tarot. We're going to do 6 cards, 2 rows of 3. Scorpio. You have the High Priestess coming out as your first card upright. Extremely beautiful card. This is you connecting with your personal sense of spirituality and insights, which is totally in alignment because we just had will have the new moon in Scorpio in your sign on November 1st. So this week is definitely one of extreme sensitivity to the unseen realms. Okay, expect things like psychic insights, epiphanies, spiritual insights, psychic dreams, sometimes even paranormal activity, things like that happening for you and you feeling really, really connected to that way of life. Synchronicities abound. You are feeling extremely tuned in, tapped in, and hearing what the divine has to say, which is extremely beautiful. And people may look to you as this high priestess or high priest, as this seer, as this healer, as this wise person. You're giving off a sort of like angelic aura, and people around you, I'm seeing even like one person in particular around you may be really tapped into that energy within you, like really, truly feeling like you are an earth angel or this sort of goddess or god-like energy that has incarnated on earth. And like there are people who literally psychically pick up on that from you. And they're just in awe to be around your energy. And it's not in like a toxic, weird way where they're just filling up your ego. It's just a really true, beautiful, divine way. Like people seeing you for who you actually are. And so a lot of you, you're very, very attractive at this time. And people can really see and feel the depth of your soul and what you have to offer. We have the Two of Pentacles coming out in reverse right after that. And this is a card of, it says harmonious change. I don't know why I almost said hormonal change. So I'm wondering if some of you guys are doing anything hormonal. You know what actually just came through to my mind with all of this talk of hormones? Some of you may be really taking a look into how the chemicals in your cosmetics and foods may be affecting your hormones. Really specific message. Okay, so if any of you are actually doing that right now, let me know in the comments because that's a very specific message. But I like using the Yuka app. It's literally just called Yuka, so Yuka app, and you just scan the barcode and it tells you if the ingredients used in cosmetics and foods are bad for the environment as well as your body. It's very interesting, and it cites all of the scientific sources and all of that. So that app just came into my mind. I'm not advertising them by any means, but like, I don't know, some of you guys are looking more into that. Also, I'm seeing like you taking the foods that you're eating much more seriously. Wow, there's actually so much coming to my mind right now with your reading. And again, it's because I feel like you have this direct link to the divine, to spirit, and it's like things are just clicking in your life. It seems, things that you really struggled with for months and months, years on end, are just suddenly making sense to you. It's like the code on how to do things is becoming unlocked for you. Very, very powerful. And I am seeing that a lot of your dreams are much more easily and rapidly becoming a reality for you at this time because you're having a lot of psychic spiritual downloads that are just like, how do I even put this? It just makes your goals easier. Like if you have a health issue you've been dealing with and you've been doing everything you can to like combat certain symptoms, it's like you're starting to get to the root cause of it in the first place. Like any like hormone disruptors or things like that may be in your environment that you use every single day. You're getting to the bottom of it. And it just makes the whole thing easier. Or if it's like with learning something, like let's just say you're learning an instrument or a language, it's like you may have been learning for months and months, years and years and years, without really seeing much success. And then it's like you finally find a formula of learning that really resonates with you. And it's like it just becomes 20 billion thousand times easier. So I don't know. That really doesn't have anything to do with the Two of Pentacles as a card, but when the Two of Pentacles came out in reverse like that, it just started flowing through. So really interesting message. We have the Three of Pentacles coming out right next to that. So wow, we go from the 2 to the 3. I love a natural change, but they're both in reverse here. And this says material work. So it's kind of like this feeling, I'm going to be honest with you, Scorpio, of not necessarily being appreciated or not feeling like you're being appreciated in the workplace or in some sort of environment that you find yourself in. That could also be like the home or something like that. So there is this feeling of like, man, I'm really wanting some sort of harmonious change, an environment or the way that I'm treated, so that way I'm valued a lot more, I'm respected a lot more for what I bring to the table. You know, something might not necessarily be bringing that to you, and so some change may be, you know, necessary. We have the Temperance card in reverse coming out right next or right underneath that High Priestess here. And this shows a lot of emotions beneath the surface. So you might not consciously be aware sometimes when you are having a lot of stress or having a lot of emotional issues pop up, but there will be signs. And Spirit is asking you to look for those signs if they start showing up. So for example, suddenly you start becoming late to work all the time and dishes start piling up in the sink, or like you haven't done your laundry in so long, or, you know, this and that. Like there's so many different signs that could pop up of like all these things sort of like getting out of hand, you know, sort of like a child. You know, when children are very unhappy, they just start failing school. You know, and it's almost like there's a direct correlation between how well they do in school and life and with their happiness levels at home and emotionally. And that doesn't change, you know, it still applies to adulthood. And so it's like, I think there's something happening beneath the surface here, Scorpio, that your attention is like your spirit is trying to bring your attention to this so that way you can deal with it and work through it, so that way it's not controlling your life. You're in control of your emotions. We have the World in reverse. Yeah, there's certain chapters that are wanting to end at this time. You know, old environments where maybe you weren't appreciated. You know, that's something that you're wanting to exit away from right now. And it feels like you're on the precipice of some pretty big change, some pretty big life changes in life. And yeah, instead of waiting for that to happen, you know, this is a time to really reflect and ask yourself, well, what else should I change? You know, how can I facilitate this life change? And then we have Strength coming out as your final card, which is actually so beautiful given everything we just talked about, because this shows you actually taking the time to sit with all of your emotions and sit with these feelings of like not being appreciated, sit with all of the psychic, spiritual insights coming through, the positive ones as well, you know, that are giving you the exact answers that you need this week. Wow, I just really feel like so much clarity coming in for Scorpio. Like I know what I need to do. It's like things are clicking in your head. The wheels are turning in your head and something becomes much easier. Something that was difficult for you becomes extremely easy. So that is crazy positive. I love it. And your life as a whole is strengthening. So thank you so much for joining me, Scorpio. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course. So check it out. Bye-bye.